Hello, everybody. Uh, uh, I was having a salad, and I was watching a khutbah. Not a good mistake, right? Not a good idea, because as I was eating, tears were dripping down, so I was inevitably eating my own tears. That should be an expression, but anyway, this khutbah is called "How to Be the Best Woman" or Women, and it's by Dr. Haifa Yunus. And I love this woman to shreds. I like that woman. All I pray is that like Jannat and Firdaus, our houses are gonna be near each other, and I'm gonna visit her. And I'm gonna be like, "Hey, bestie." She'd be like, "I don't know you." I'd be like, "But you do." People compare me to you in terms of looks because they do. They do. She's so beautiful. She has this long nose, and she wraps her head scarf like that, like her hijab, like a heart. And I'm gonna be honest, at first I was like skeptical because when I see titles like this, like How to Be the Best Woman or Women in Islam and blah blah blah, like roles of women in Islam, I turn back a little bit. I step back because I am like preparing mentally for like you have to be obedient and you have to, do all these things that you are obligated to do. And when they talk in terms of obligation, which of course I'm not opposed to, right? But they add too much stress to that. Like it starts to become merely a terms of obligation for women and not, them finding true peace in Islam. It's just, these set of rules that we have to follow, and it's a lot more than that. And so that was my mentality going into the khutbah. So I was like patiently waiting. I was like, when is she gonna talk about the obedience part? Like, I want to see what she has to say. Like I'm going to like fix this. I don't know what I was gonna fix, honestly. Sometimes I feel like I'm paranoid. But she started talking about how us believers, we don't know Allah. Like when we talk about worship, the first things we think of is okay, salah, qira'atul Quran, reading the Quran, zakat, da'wah, all of these things that encompass worship. And worship is this very narrow definition. And there's so much more to that. Like that's why when you translate words from Arabic to English, you suck a lot of meaning out of it. And then she started talking about the names of Allah. And here is the key point. So if you're going to listen to any of this, listen to this because this is important. She says that to know Allah is to know Him by His attributes and His name so wholeheartedly. Take them into your heart and you instill them so deeply. There is not an ounce of doubt. There is not a snippet of doubt in His names and His attributes. That you live your life and call out Allah by the names respective to your circumstance. Let me elaborate. One of His names, one of Allah's names is a Shafi, the healer. And so when we're inflicted with, like, let's say a sickness or a pain or anything like that, the first thing we do is like, oh, I need to go to a doctor. Oh, I need to get a physician, But you have to call out to Allah first. Now, that's not to say don't get help. Like, please get help. Like, this is just an example that I'm, like, pointing out. But I think she pointed it out herself. But I wanted to expand on it because it's such a powerful idea. It's that you can get the best physician on the planet. You can get the best doctor on the face of this earth, on the face of this universe. But if Allah does not will healing, then that doctor will not heal you or will not be able to heal you because Allah is the healer. If that makes sense. I feel like am I putting this correctly? I feel like I'm putting this correctly, but like when you think about Allah being all-encompassing in every single aspect of your life, and so you think to yourself, like, why am I not putting all of my affairs in the hands of Allah? And to put all your affairs is something that goes beyond the mind, I think. It's a lot of things that we're talking about. Like, we're talking about every single facet of life. And so to do that, to put all your affairs in the hands of Allah, that's not an easy thing to do. It's not, because you tend to worry. Humans tend to worry. They tend to get anxious and everything. And, we feel helpless at times. But, like, when you think Allah's taking care of me. And like Allah is in every single thing I do. I cried once, I'm not gonna cry twice.